talk about Pittsburg State Saturday and what's it going to take to knock them off?
Like Ty said, they're big and they're physical. They're a really good defense, probably one of the better ones we're going to play this whole season. So really the focus is to just come out. If we can win the line of scrimmage, that's what we need to do. We'll be able to move the ball fine. I have faith in my group, my wide receivers group. They like to play a lot of man. If we can beat man, we're going to be all right there. Other than that, we just got to come out physical and with speed.
How are you feeling, first off? I see it's been frustrating for you, hurt early, trying to come back. You feeling somewhat healthy out there?
Yeah, it was definitely a bummer having to miss a lot of the season with a hamstring injury. I'm still kind of battling through it, but to that point now where it's like, well, it's not going to get really any better, any worse, so I just got to battle through it and do what I can do. And I still have faith, and I believe in myself that I can continue my abilities on the field, even with it not being 100%.
And how hard is that at the receiver position? I mean, obviously running's rather key for all of them, but how hard is it to get back in a rhythm and a flow, and then with the quarterback situation? I mean, is it pretty challenging?
It's definitely tough just because, as a wide receiver, we run 24/7. That's all I do. Me personally, that's more of where my skill set comes from, is my speed and my quickness. So it's definitely tough. It kind of knocks on your confidence and, how much will you have to battle through it. But, I've never not believed in myself to battle through stuff. I've seen a lot of adversity, so I'm just going to continue to put in the work and get better.
How did you hurt the hamstring, and how important was it to you to be able to work your way back to get back on the field this season?
It just happened the second week, right after we played Northwest. Body was just pretty tired. We were going pretty hard in the weight room. Just happened in practice. One of those things, happens to a lot of people. Just another one of those injuries, kind of like we've been talking about throughout the year. But it's super important. This is my first season playing for 3 years, so, I was itching to come back and get on the field, especially after the first game. Had a pretty good game against Northwest, so I was just itching to get back out.
You said speed is such a big element of your game. How much of a concern was it with the hamstring? Like, you're afraid you're going to re-injure it, or did you just go 100% and whatever happens, happens?
A little bit of both. Kind of at that point where I'm over it, so I'm over having to sit on the sidelines. I knew there was a risk going into last Saturday's game and the rest of the season that I could re-injure it, but I was feeling pretty good, so I just let it rip, and I ended up all right. Played the rest of the whole game, so looking to do the same in Pitt.
How did it feel to get back on the field?
That feels great. I love playing, so I hate standing on the sidelines and watching. Even though I'm going to support my teammates, my brothers to the end, but I do like to be on the field. So.
How difficult was that, just being sidelined and not being able to go out there? What did you do? Did you do anything to try to help the other guys out there?
Oh yeah, it's difficult, seeing your teammates going in the field, and everybody has a little bit of wanting to be that guy, but you also got to be a great teammate at the same time. So I was definitely out there supporting people in my position group, really everybody, telling them, trying to help them with things they could do better. It's things I'm seeing from the sideline in a game, that type of stuff. It sucks, but at the same time, it's part of my duty. If I'm hurt, I still got to be a good teammate.
And so that was in practice after the Northwest game?
Yes, sir.
You got hurt?
Yeah.
And did you know immediately that this was something that's going to be serious, or was it something they had to check out and they gave you the bad news?
No, I kind of knew right away that my hamstring was pretty much not going to be looking too hot. I had injury in the past, so I knew what it felt like. So.
Was it right or left?
My right hamstring.
48 receivers traditionally have kind of, it seems like defensive backs don't appreciate how hard they play to the end of the play and downfield blocking, all those things. And felt like maybe that was lacking early, but it seems like the last couple of weeks we're seeing more of that again. Do you feel that the recores, maybe finding the identity of some of the good receiving cores Fort Hays State's had in the past here down the stretch?
I could definitely agree with that statement. Early in the season, we might have been a little bit softer than what we are now. We've definitely made it a point to put people on their back and to just block hard to the end of the play. Our coach kind of got on us a little bit, so that helps. But nevertheless, we've definitely turned it up, and that's more of a point of watching film is to just put people on their back every day. So.